And all right, we are sorry we're a little late, but we're right on time. Hi, I am James Lott Jr. This is the Daytime Emmys nomination special, JLJ Media style, and I'm the JLJ of JLJ Media. We are happy to be here for the third year in a row. You guys asked for it, and I brought it. So here we go. And of course, I am not by myself. Two of the OGs who were with me from the first two, yes, so that was 3 years ago, are back with me. Walker and Gerry Waggett. Hi, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey, James.
And you're back. And she joined us. I'm going to shout out to Lucretia Lyons. She said,
yes,
hello.
we miss you, Lucretia,
yes.
still.
Love you, Lucretia.
We love you. So we miss her. Remember, it's L-A-C-R-E-T-I-A-L-Y-O-N because it's only one. That's right, kids. And really only one. There's other ones.
Yeah,
but she filled in last year, and now she's an OG too this year. Miss Candice Mack. Hello, Candy Poo.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, welcome back. This is Al. People are here already popping in. Come on in, folks. The water may be fine. Come on in and join us. We're talking about the new Daytime 2023 nominations for Daytime Emmys. And I'm going to tell you a little housekeeping, tell you kind of what's going on here, what we do, and so you kind of understand what it is we do. Number one, this is live, of course. If you're watching us later, thanks for watching us later. The Daytime Emmy specials are on all social media platforms. They're also on all audio streaming services under this name. And then, of course, we're on YouTube under a playlist. You can watch our past ones we did, plus many of the interviews that I don't do for the shows that I do. So I do Y&R Bowl, GH. All the other interviews come on this show and podcast. You can watch those out. You can watch my interview. I was the first person to talk to her. My friend, Emmy nominee, Michelle Stafford, yesterday. It is out now. We had a great conversation. And as usual, she is real and honest as always about everything. So thank you, Miss Michelle. I love you for talking about that. So that's out now. And also, what we do here, okay, we're not gatekeepers. We're not, bougie folks. We just tell how each of us feels about the reaction of the nominees. I go through all the major categories that are the soaps. As you know, things have changed. So now it is daytime dramas and talk shows. That's what these Emmys are. Yes, we're finally on it. I'm sorry, folks. We're here, everybody. We're here. Oh, good, people. Come on in. Hit that like button while you're here too. And if you're new, subscribe. Make sure I say that. But also, so what we do is I'm going to call out. I'm the moderator. I'm going to call out the nominees. I'm going to read each of the people who are nominated or shows in that category. I start from like the lower ranked stuff, like guest performer, the younger, and we'll go up to there. And then we each talk about it. And between the four of us, we have like decades of experience in the business. I'll just say that. And we're just coming from how we feel. Now, first of all, they have not released the reels. So, of course, we don't know what they actually turned in. We know some of us know some of the things they've turned in because some people are telling what they turned in. I know Maurice Bernard said he turned in the bipolar thing with Nina. So there's certain things that people are telling, but we're just going off of what we saw last year. And we do know it's a couple episodes that they do. It's not the whole season, which we wish it could be that way. But usually it's a couple of shows put together in a reel and sent in. That's kind of usually how that's done. So we also make predictions after each category we go through, we make predictions, and we also do that. And we have a show we do afterwards to be announced later after the Emmys. We go from there. So hello, folks. Welcome. Folks are piling in so far. We have 24, 25, 20. Just come on, keep it up. All right, come on in. Let's do this. Yes, I know they can't. Well, Gerry, because you've known this song. He's written books on this whole thing. They don't do the whole season because it's just too hard for people to watch. No one's going to watch a whole season.
Listen, people. Listen. These actors don't even want to watch the reels, the little 10, 15-minute reels. I said this on many years. You can go back. I have voted for actors in this genre because they said, here, you watch the shows, you vote.
Yep.
Ain't nobody got time to watch no damn. They don't want to watch no damn 10, 15-minute clip. And y'all think y'all want them to watch a whole damn year of bullshit. They're going somewhere.
Gerry, any comment after that too?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it galls me that it's 2 days that actors have to pick what they've done to have people vote on. I remember, I like Kevin Mambo as an actor, but I remember he told a friend of mine, when I had to put my clip together, I only had 2 days that I could put together. and he won 2 years in a row.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from Guiding Light, yes.
Yeah, it's like, I think that it's and the people they pick. I think it should be more like people like us, the other actors.
I think so too.
Been saying that for years.
Yeah, they don't do that. They're all James Fan goes, would it be great if our life was based on our 2 best times of the year?
Yeah, 2 best days,
Best
2 best hours of our life.
Well, I haven't had any yet this year, so I'm waiting, still waiting. Everybody's laughing at Walker. Yeah, he chose violence. Yes, okay. So I just want you guys to know, the system isn't perfect at all, trust me. And that's why digital dramas aren't in this right now either. As if you watched my Jennifer Bassey interview I did a month ago, she went off about that too. But anywho, so things are a lot different now as they do. And some people have people who actually put the reels together for them. They're not always super involved. So there's a lot of different things behind the scenes. There are books out all about this, stuff like that. So you can read that. So we're gonna start off. We're ready. We're gonna start. And so, and sorry about that's right. And some folks did not submit. For years, Peter Hall stopped submitting for years. Remember that? I remember in the prime time, I think Bill Cosby stopped submitting after a while. Like certain people actually stopped submitting. And I know I already heard 2 people supposedly, Mara West and Laura Wright didn't submit. So people were like, "Where's Mara?" Actually, she didn't submit. I guess that's what I heard. I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed that. But that's what I heard. So some folks don't. Okay, we're gonna start with the guest performance in a daytime drama series, which for me sometimes is kind of throwaway. I'm sorry, it just is. But sometimes they get it right. But here are the nominees. Steve Burton as Harris Michaels on Beyond Salem. Ailey Mills as Heather Weber on General Hospital. Cassandra Creech as Dr. Grace Buckingham on Bold and the Beautiful. Robert Newman as Ashlyn Locke on The Young and the Restless. And Kevin Spirits as Dr. Craig Wesley on Days of Our Lives. So I'm gonna let you guys start first. My comments. I will start with Candice first. Candice.
Okay, so the guest performer, let me just clarify something. They've changed this rule so many times that it's not even funny anymore. With that being said, everybody does deserve to be in the guest performer category, but if I have to go and pick, I have to say this might be a tie, but James doesn't want me to say that. So Robert Newman.
Well, say we're not picking yet. We're sort of talking about.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. I'm getting all ahead.
Right, we'll put that later. But right now, I got the we're gonna talk about it first. How you feel about these, and if there's any.
I think there's 4 people that is missing from this list.
Names.
Patrika Dabo for one. Even though the storyline was not the best, she did have a good performance. Loretta Devine of Beyond Salem, that is considered a guest performance because she literally guested and performed. I'm surprised that and I know it's Denise Cosby, and I can't think was it William Moses?
Played Elizabeth. William Moses, his brother.
Yeah. I thought that one of them should have been in this category as well.
Who?
Elizabeth's parents on General Hospital. General Hospital.
Who they play?
They play Jeff Weber and Carolyn Weber.
Carolyn Weber. Shut my damn computer off. You thought?
No, but that's what it considered. That's actually really, if you're going to buy the rules, the OG rules, that is technically guest performance because they was only in a handful of episodes.
But don't they gotta be good, or could just anybody's name be up there?
I mean, and there's been some people who really hasn't. Walker, don't try it.
Walker tried. So I'll go to Walker next. What do you think of this whole list and what's going on?
To me, the only 2, it's a race between Allie Mills and Robert Newman. I mean, those are Robert Newman, not sure because you were there for a minute. And so was Allie, but performance-wise, it's down to those 2.
Yeah. Gerry, what are you thinking?
Okay. First off, I don't think Beyond Salem should be up for any guest performances because you had 5 days. And Steve Burton is up for 5 days, but that was all the soap opera ran. If it also something that Candice and I were talking about earlier, if you give us that, Total Omission is Eileen Davidson as Thomas Banks, and the nun sister, was so much more exciting, okay? But there were only 5 days to that soap, and I believe Steve Burton was on all 5 days. Am I wrong?
He was.
Right,
He
okay.
was.
So, I'm going to say, even though I think there was a lot of wrong done with the Heather character on General Hospital, Allie Mills, and I mean, granted, I wanted to see a return of Robin Mattson, whom I love.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's just amazing. She's transcendent to the genre. I love her, but even though a lot was done wrong, Allie Mills was fun, okay? And but she felt guests. Robert Newman felt I don't want to give it to him, even though I think he's brilliant as an actor. I don't want to give it to him because he felt like not like a guest performer, like a real
Supporting.
performance. Excuse me?
Like supporting, a supporting actor.
He felt like he was real there and just cut short. Okay, he didn't feel like a guest performer because he took over a role and he felt like he should have been there longer. But so I mean, I'm gonna say like Allie Mills was just brilliant. They made a lot of mistakes with her, but she was fun.
For me,
yes.
For me, Steve Burton was fine. He was fine as Harris. He was fine. But I kind of agree with you, Gerry. It's like just kind of weird because it wasn't like he was on for one episode.
Yeah,
like,
but
you might as well have did Loretta Devine then. It was heck, she was like on for a couple episodes. I mean, like somebody who really was a guest performer. Yeah, Walker.
He had more of an impact on the story than Cassandra did on Bold. And
I was going to go. That's where I was going next. I like to see Cassandra Creech. I had high hopes.
You too.
I know I had high hopes for her. I was like, they could come in because Mama Grace was working it out, and I'm thinking, ooh, if her and Carter got together, I had high hopes. That didn't happen. So when I saw her name, I was like, oh yeah, I guess she was a guest performer on the show. I guess. I mean, she was okay, but they didn't give her anything. I thought they didn't give her anything meaty enough. I don't think. I was like, okay. So I mean, good for her. Emmy nomination. Kevin Spears, you know how I feel about him, so I don't need to mention anything about him. But I do feel more that Patricia Darbo, her side of it, she should have got anybody on here. Aileen Mills, of course, I'm with Walker. It's between Aileen Mills and Robert Newman. But Robert Newman, like the rest of you guys said, I feel like he was a supporting actor. So it's kind of like, I mean, I loved his performance. I loved his performance on the show. I just did a great job. He came in and did a great job. I mean, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Aileen Mills, same thing. I wasn't sure about her at first because I love Robin Mattson in the role. But I give her a chance. And I was like, you know what? She had fun. She had fun in the role. And I think to me, that's half the battle, having fun in the role. And she did. So
but she also has 2 casts voting for her.
Yes, right. Exactly. She has Bold and Beautiful. And he brings a good point to remember who's going to, it's a popularity contest. So I think, and her role was very showy, which is that people like that also. But I have nothing against that at all. But people have that, have that also. But it's going between those two, I think. But I just think this to me, this isn't the strongest cat. It's a weird category. It's like it's not the strongest. All of them can act. It was fine. They all can do things. But I don't know. I would say Robert was really lead, someone says, for politics. Well, on some level, yes, I guess. But he was, but when he came in, I mean, Steve, no, they're all Steve, best anti-vaxxer. How funny!
This category is a good way to give someone an Emmy.
That's what.
If you want one, this is the easiest way to get one.
I know Renee Watson won once in this category, I think, and also Ron Hale. But some people it's just like they're fun. The actors are fine. It's great. He did have a dramatic scene though. His cry. People in chat were really hilarious, you guys.
With Kevin Spears, do you think he's got any kind of an edge because he won in the digital category for Best Actor for After Forever?
Don't nobody like that, man.
I'm not a fan. So I'm just like, I'm not a fan.
He don't got enough fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a controversial storyline, and I think that's another thing. Like, again, that storyline I have such an issue with because of what they, kind of did. But as far as acting goes, that's what, man, I wish Patricia would have got it.
So my thing is, I had a problem with the storyline period because my thing was like, okay, all these years, and to me, they were following Forever After because they changed Craig's history to follow his digital series
to fit an agenda.
Yeah, because I was like, all these years, Patricia Darrell played a groundbreaking character where it didn't matter about her race or anything. And now you're saying years later, he's gay. Oh well, oops, so she gets dumped, and they put her with some bad guy. Like that just, to me, I had problems with all of that. But there
making her look like Thelma from Mama's Family,
right? But there are pieces of that storyline that I didn't mind. Like I don't know. I guess I liked Leo. I liked what's his name?
The Leo.
Rickard's performance. I liked him as Leo. It makes me laugh. But he had some heart in part of that storyline. I thought he was pretty good. And I thought Patricia was good just from the reactions she had to deal with. But I was just like, that storyline. See, even they know what's going on. I just was like, I had lots of problems with the storyline. Had lots of problems with the storyline, and for me, it was forced. And you have other gay characters. You could have just had a gay storyline. Why do you have to have this storyline? And also, as a gay man, I felt a little bad.
Would it have been believable if Craig had came back as straight at this point in his life?
I don't know. They need to bring him back. I mean, there's no reason they don't ask him back. They didn't bring him back. I mean, Chloe had parents in there.
It was just weird all the way around.
Beggars can't be choosers because he's been begging to be back. So
yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah.
What I would like better is having watched like a lot of like Buzzer TV with the old game show stuff.
Yeah.
If Craig had come back and Wesley Ure had been his lover.
As what?
Wesley Ure, who was like an openly gay actor now, who was on Days in the 70s.
He played Mike back. He played Mike in the 70s.
He
also played it. He was also Land of the Lost. Yes.
Yeah.
Girl, what do he look like now, though?
Yeah. But it was like the whole, like, what they did with him was just like, so, it was almost like insulting.
I agree.
Because the thing is, one thing about Kevin Spacey's character, he was savvy. He was a conniver. To have him suddenly a victim of a gay con,
right,
was insulting.
Yeah, I agree. I just all most everything. People are saying in the chat room, James Hyde for guest in 2024. Now he's a true guest performance. I feel like he's a true guest performance. That he came in and he.
I mean, if they need a body next year, sure. If they need a body, yeah. Just because the man looked good, don't mean it was good acting. It was not. It was not.
Oh my God!
It was not.
I liked it, and he is hot at the same time.
I liked him too.
He's like, guest performance is Portia's father and brother coming to town, Gavin Houston and Homeboy.
They had two lines.
Were they within the region? Were they within the range?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was very, very excited about the possibility of her brother becoming a main character and getting involved with Jordan.
But see,
they ain't doing that.
The cast is too bloated.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say this: next year for guest performer, Brandon Larkins. What's up?
Brandon Larkins. Oh wait, who that? Our friend Brandon, who was on, played Axel.
Oh.
He's like on there. Okay, so we're going to vote.
Stick Van Dyke next year. Stick Van Dyke,
I know. Okay, we're going ahead and vote. So we'll start with the lady in the house. There's Steve Burton, Ailey Mills, Cassandra Creech, Robert Newman, and Karen Spears. Who are you choosing? Who do you think? And we're going by who we think will win. Not necessarily who we want all necessarily, but who we think they will pick.
Who I think they're going to pick is Steve Burton.
Their big voice like, walk across and hide his story, please. That's so funny. You think they'll pick Steve Burton? Oh, interesting.
I think they're gonna pick Steve Burton, and because they're gonna try to make a point with that.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Gerry, who are you gonna pick?
Who would you say?
So we got Steve Burton, Ailey Mills, Cassandra Creech, Robert Newman, or Kevin Spears. Who do you think they're gonna pick?
I'm picking Ellie Mills,
Okay.
who's also my birthday girl.
Oh,
She has the
okay.
same birthday as me.
So that's Gerry. Okay, Walker, who are you choosing?
I think it's going to be Steve because the industry loves Steve, but I'm going to go with Robert Newman because I think the nostalgia of Guiding Light and CBS might get him.
I also like to point out that I'm saying Steve Burton because that's how I think the Academy is going to pick. But deep in my heart, it's Robert Newman.
Yeah, that's
yeah, because I can totally see them using his win to prove something. Like Steve Burton wins from Days of Our Lives after the mask mandate of General Hospital. That's front page news.
Steve Burton was very smart. I said it in People Magazine. I said it. He was very smart. He kept his mouth shut. The other guy had his mouth, and he's not working.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into those debates. I'm a Steve fan. I don't think he did anything wrong.
I like Steve. Yeah.
Well, no, to me, it's
like brilliant.
Steve. Well, no, like I said, it's a job. I know Steve. I love him. I said, but the thing is, this is the mandate, it's a policy. He didn't want to follow it.
You want to do it? Absolutely. He left.
But he kept his mouth shut, took care of it.
Absolutely.
And he got a job. The other guy's running his mouth still. There's several guys running their mouths right now, and they're not working. So Steve is doing the right thing. For me, I'm gonna pick Robert Newman. So Candice picks Steve Burton, Gerry picks Ailey Mills, and then Walker and I pick Robert Newman. But there were mentions for Steve Burton, so that's mentions in there. So okay, there's that. Okay, let's go on to the next category. This is my most problematic category, period. Because they reduced it to one category.
Good.
I disagree with that. I think it should be two categories, or an age limit category like kids, young adults, something like that. So it's young performer in daytime drama series. Here are the nominees. They are Carrie Christopher as Thomas DeMira, Days of Our Lives. Victoria Grace as Wendy Shin, Days of Our Lives. Eden McCoy as Jocelyn Jacks, GH. And Henry Joseph Samry as Douglas Forster, The Bold and the Beautiful. Okay, who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay, Walker's going to go, Walker.
This is a very good list.
It
should. I am opposed to two separate. It's because we get all those filler nominations. So people who don't deserve shit just because y'all need to get to 5.
You don't have to have 5. You can have 3.
Then why even have a category?
It's still 3 people. It's still more than 2. It's still more than, still more than 2. I think it's still more than 2.
Child, y'all better get this little award to little Douglas and keep it moving.
He is good. No, Henry Samry was very good.
He acts circles around all those people, and in that nomination, even the GH older people. That little boy do his work.
No, he's good. No, he's good. No, I good. I give Walker credit. On our show, we praised him all year long. Whenever he's on, he's good. No, he's really good. They try
he doesn't need a fake fandom to try to build up his popularity. Doing the most on the internet. Cause you jealous. Next.
Someone says that Joseph and Rosalind May, who plays Rachel, should have been in this category. Okay. A lot of people are saying Eden or Henry for the win. One person says no to Eden. Now, Eden's my friend, so I'm making that very clear. We've had this every year. Me and Walker have had this whole thing. Certain things. That's my buddy, and I love Eden, and I'm like it's yes. But I will agree. Henry Samry did a great. He's always good on screen. Candice Mack, you're next.
This is a good freaking list, and that's what I said too. I was like, I haven't felt this way since the 90s with Jonathan Jackson, and I'm in this category. This is gonna be a tough category. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is gonna be one of the tough categories of the night because all of them really did bring their A game.
Not the little Thomas boy.
No, he did. Considering what the storyline was, he really did bring his A game, like emotionally, of losing a mom. Like that's hard. That. Yeah, when he was like saying to Chad, I want my mommy, I miss my mommy. Why isn't my mommy here? I want to make sure that you're okay. I can actually remember this scene. So for him emotionally, like a kid losing their mom, like that was. But then you got Henry. Douglas was like the OG last year too.
He was. He's in
And
storylines.
yeah, he kind of pretty much, if they had a lead younger performer, that
Yeah,
was, I
it'd be
mean, that was
him.
him. Like it would be him. But I can't rule out Eden McCoy because darn it, we saw, okay, I can finally say it. She is now an adult. She's not a baby anymore, but
Not
she had
anymore.
an adult storyline, and the aftermath of that sex tape being released and all that. I mean, she did good. She's the oldest in this category.
And pushing that agenda of Jext hard.
Well,
She
before,
is.
but yeah, I mean, but she still had some good material. And but Victoria, okay,
I
so it
like
was
her.
for Beyond Salem. I like her too because if it's the scene where she confronts her father and saying, "Okay, I'm a female, I'm strong too," that was some good. This is tough.
Yeah, it depends on Amelia. I would say it depends on. You can also. Some people apply in lead, some apply in. I mean, it's all politics. It's like sometimes it's like I'll apply in the supporting category. I'll have a better chance to win, or I apply. So you don't get it. We don't get it sometimes either. So trust me, just don't trust on that. Okay, and Gerry, what are you thinking?
Okay, to me, it's a race between Eden and Henry from Bold and Beautiful. I love that scene at the wedding where he plays the audio tape of his app, okay, which was a brilliant use of new media, okay. I'm weighing them. On the one hand, I'd love to see little kids win. But on the other hand, Eden had her storylines spread over so many categories. Okay. She had the sex tape, which was political and social. Okay. She had the new romance with Dex, which is one GH's best features right now in terms of romance.
He's like, Chris Walker's not like it. He's like, yeah. I like.
She had like the relationship with her mother, her brother. I think that she got a wider playing ground than he did. Okay, so I think it's going to go to her. And do we get to pick who was ignored in this category? Or are you going to do that later?
Don't do it now. It's each category.
I mean, seriously, the only person I am like ticked off that Taviana Ali was ignored because I think she gave the best youngest performance at the year.
Okay. So I'm going to say that she was actually above the age because since they had the cutoff of last year of 18, Taviana is, I believe, what, 19, 20?
Okay, that was it. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I thought everybody's 18. That's why they changed it. I've got it's 18.
Oh, wait a minute. Eden McCoy is under 18?
This is her final year. Last year was her final, for 2022.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Okay, I have to retract that, but I mean, Eden McCoy, I think Eden McCoy's storyline just had touched so many areas that I would give her the advantage.
It did.
Over Douglas.
It had a lot of areas, and she wasn't even the strongest in any of those areas. But I hope she wins, since this is the last time she'll probably ever get to win one.
Okay, I disagree. I love her. I think she's just, there's something like, to me, ethereal about her, and I love her.
I love it. I love this. That's why I love doing the show. Well, for me, I feel like it's between Eden and Henry. One, because she's been nominated so many different times.
3 times.
That is good to her. But Henry did a great job. I mean, seriously, I'm with Walker here by this little actor. We praised him so many times on the show. But I was thinking, even though the little kid, he had some fun moments. The little kid that plays Leo on GH. He's going to nominate for 5th nominee. Why not? He had storylines last year. They didn't do anything with him, I thought. So
like a great social statement to make. Because you have an autistic actor in the role. I mean, and I know that like General Hospital and the Emmys love to make statements.
Yeah.
And that would be a great statement to make.
Yeah, they do. So they do it. So yeah. So, but we're gonna now pick our picks. But I'm gonna start with mine, and I'm gonna say I think they'll give it to Eden finally. Just gonna give it to her. I think so. But Henry could be it. I think the other two have more years to go. They have more years to go. So let's see. So JLJ says Eden. Walker, who do you say?
You already know, so you can
over me. Walker. And then Gerry.
Eden.
Yeah, Gerry.
Eden McCoy.
And Candice Mack.
My little Henry.
Okay. Candice coming through with a smart choice.
I know.
Okay.
He could upset it and win. He could upset it. I mean, like seriously, he was good. I mean, he was good. Even that weird episode he had the ghost there to make fun of that. He did his job. All right.
He did such a good job, even with the baby shark.
Yeah.
If he won,
say it again.
It wouldn't bother me if he won, but I think that Eden having like sprang through most of the cast has an advantage.
I mean, I kind of kid, but I kind of don't. A lot of those scenes, she is not the strongest person in some of those scenes. So, and some of the storyline, like I think her being in scenes with Laura Wright will help, but Laura Wright is the one that's driving. Even in the sex tape storyline, it was the little boy who wasn't nominated that was doing the emotional.
William Lipton.
Yeah. So.
William Lipton.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry that he wasn't nominated because
she's in all these things, but she's not the standout in all of these things.
Yeah, he's actually. I got to tell you, William Lipton this year is probably in this category. Why isn't he nominated?
Well, to me,
he would have been supported.
And I think
is he too old?
Yeah, I think he became a better actor. I think as he came along, because I was not a big fan of his in the beginning.
I mean, it was only 2 years ago I was on here.
Exactly. No, he got better. I think he got a lot better. And I was like, and I really was enjoying him being the oldest son with all the stuff going on with Elizabeth. And I was really enjoying it. And you're right. You guys are right about the thing about the sex tape. We saw more of his reaction. I didn't think about that until just now. So you guys are right about that. I saw more of his reaction than hers, and how he felt about his relationship with Spencer, him and befriending Esme, kind of. There was William Lipton. He was right. He should have been on this list.
I think it's kind of weird because Avery Pohl wasn't nominated. Avery Pohl.
I'm shocked also she wasn't nominated because they love that character. I mean, I'm a different to the character, but I'm surprised. Coach Chandler agrees.
He's like the Nell character who they love to nominate the villain type people, and Avery Pohl was ignored.
He was actually.
Yeah.
They need to move this character. Just leave it back at 25 and under, like it originally was, and just leave it at that.
Yeah, I forgot they changed the age. I forgot about that, folks. So it's 18.
Do you remember when they moved it up to like 27, 28?
A long time ago. Remember once they didn't they do a long time ago, Gerry?
Yeah, because it was like back in the late 80s where I believe it was Andrea Evans Massey got younger actress. Or even back. Do you remember what the category was originally called?
Ingenue.
Yes, I love that as a name.
I know, because Martha Burr, she won Best Ingenue. It's like, that's so funny. She's like, I'm not Ingenue anymore. And rest in peace, Elizabeth Hubbard. I just want to say that. Rest in peace, Elizabeth Hubbard. Yes. But no, it's just and so did William get a nomination for his song? I'm not sure actually. They listed.
Yeah,
songs.
he did.
Oh,
he did. So he does have an Emmy nomination yet again for original song. This is his second one that he's gotten for original song, but not for acting.
Everybody's got great. EM wasn't the strongest, Coach Chandra says. But we'll say Ian's going to win, but Henry should. Okay.
Girl, I know. I don't be on this internet line.
We'll go on to the next category. That's why I love you guys. I love it. First of all, we have 48 people watching right now.
Make sure you like this video. Make sure you like it.
We have 18 likes. Make sure you like it, please. If you're new, subscribe to my channel. I have 10,000 pieces of stuff on here. Please support me. I'm tired.
He really does.
I do.
Seriously.
Okay. Here is the next one. We're getting bigger and bigger. Supporting performance, the daytime drama actor. The nominees are Nicholas Chavez as Spencer Cassadine, GH. Chad Duell as Michael Corinthos, General Hospital. Dan Furgel as E.J. Demir on Days of Our Lives. Robert Gossett as Marshall Ashford, General Hospital. And John Lindstrom as Dr. Kevin Collins / Ryan Chamberlain, General Hospital. I have a lot of comments, but I'm going to let you guys go first.
No, we want to hear yours first.
Yeah, I want to hear yours, James.
Yeah.
I have so many problems with this category, first of all. Number one, John Lindstrom, we love him. Love him. We on my show, we talked about how much we were disappointed in the Ryan storyline. Kevin's barely on, so he doesn't really do anything. And Ryan was good, and he's good as Ryan. But again, I don't feel like it was strong. I mean, I guess I know it's just 2 episodes, so I guess they could do it. But I'm just like, okay, where'd Walker go? He's like, bye.
He'll be back after these commercial breaks.
I was like, he's like, I'm done.
Here he is.
It is, and that's it. Okay, so I just had issues with that. Robert Gossett. That should have been guest performance. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think he's scoring. They didn't give him the story. I hated the storyline, first of all. And I wasn't a fan of his character until later. Once they dropped all that other crap and had him in just being a father to Curtis and that whole storyline, being a grandfather and stuff, I like that. Him in Epiphany, I like that too. But I don't think he should be supporting actor category. I said this actually last year, that Dan Furgel and Billy Flynn should be nominated because I love the work after Abigail died. I love their work together. So I was a big fan. So seeing him here, I'm happy about that. Chad Duell, I have no idea why. I'm trying to think of what storyline that he could have submitted that people were like, "Oh my God, it's so good." I have no idea. And I don't know Chad Duell personally or anything. I'm just like trying to figure out why he's here. Nicholas Chavez does have something. Nicholas Chavez is enigmatic on screen. He does have it. I mean, to me, he has it. So I have problems with this category a little bit. I'm just kind of like, there are others that should have been in here in their places. But so Chad, Robert, and John, I would take out if I had Chad replace him with somebody else. Let's go next. Gerry, let's go, Gerry.
Okay, I'm going to give it to Robert, because for some reason in the last couple of years, not last year when they gave it to Jeff Kober for being an outright villain, but they seem to like a General Hospital to give us some General Hospital for addressing medically important issues. Like they gave it for the Alzheimer's storyline to both Mack Scale and Vernie Watson and
Maurice.
Thank you. Okay, so and with this guy, I thought that this was a fascinating storyline with him, with the idea that he thought he had it, but he was misdiagnosed, possibly because he was African American, and they just did not give him proper medical care. I thought that this was a fascinating storyline. It's also going to tie into my choice for Best Actress, which you'll get to later. They also like to have themes, okay? And the idea of this guy having possibly bipolar depression or misdiagnosed as it is really cool. It also will tie into the Sonia Eddy, which I think is also going to get it. Which she will get the award. And so I think that it's going to be him. And also that it will also give costuming the award for his hat. But I think he's going to get it because it was not just because I really like him in the role and the combination, but it's also socially important because of the misdiagnosis. And they're saying, is it because you're African American or just because it was the 80s and people just didn't have proper medical training to diagnose this properly? I like this whole idea of it. And I think he's going to get it for that.
Now, this what Gerry just described, I would love to watch that show because I didn't see that executed on my TV. What he just described would have been amazing to watch. I did not see that executed.
Gerry is a writer, so
yeah. that would have I would have been
I agree.
toes down.
I agree with that.
But that is not what was executed at all.
No, and they dragged.
Maybe I added more of my own feelings into this. Yeah.
No,
my own like combination of English major, psychology, sub major.
I wish you were right. I wish they had you write that story, because that would have been a beautiful story to have watched
with some good acting.
Because they dragged it out so long. Remember, he was so secretive for so long. That's what I said. I didn't like him at first because the way they were writing him. It was just like, tell us the secret, or like, and Stella's hiding. Like, I just get the pacing was took so long. But it's
because they didn't know what to do with it.
They didn't.
No.
Once they released it, they was like, okay, now we can forget all that. Now integrating into the family, I've liked those scenes. I mean, I've liked that whole situation. So, but yeah, no, I agree with that. I'll say, Walker, you go next.
I don't know what was going on when people were voting. This also seems like a lot of placeholder votes. I mean, was there not any other guys that were good this year that they just threw shit against the wall to see what would stick? And why are these people for General Hospital being nominated for Mess? That's all I got. I told
you I would take 3 people out. I'd take 3 people out and put somebody else in their place.
I mean, hell, I would give that annoying Mark Grossman. I would throw him in there.
Like Mark Grossman.
I would have thrown that annoying Scott Clifton in there.
No, see, for me, it would have been Matt Atkinson. I thought there was some.
Thank you.
The weirdo.
I think it was good. I'm sorry that his spiraling out of control. There was those scenes with him and Annika that to me were very good.
But I think that's too, like, is that supporting or was that a lead?
That's too. There's that too. You're right. No, you're right about that. There's that too. I'm saying I would take supporting. Just switch some of these people out of here. I would have been there.
Shit, I would bring back the normal placeholder, Brighton. Brighton's not on this list. I would take Brighton back on this list.
I want him in lead.
But he's still he's not on here, and neither is what's his name? Who's always on here too? I was coming on the person. You said Brighton. I was like
James Patrick Stewart's always on here.
Yeah, he's not on it. He's not on it.
I want him.
I would.
He's a great actor. He's a great actor.
I would have gave Sean Dominic.
That's who I had on my list. That's who I had on my list. A spot.
Over half of this mess.
Yeah, it's Amelia's like, this is not a writing category. I know, that's the point. Where I wish it was. The schizophrenia storyline was weak. Rodelli says, no more Clifton. Films 555 says.
Child, that's what his wife said too.
Did you say that? Apparently Brighton went for lead this year. That's why he didn't get it.
Thank you, Brighton. Thank you for listening to what I had said so many times.
Went for lead.
Thank you.
But either way, I'm with Walker. There's people I would have taken out and would have put in. I mean, there's some people. But Candice, I want you to be able to say your piece before we, continue to tear.
Here's the thing about this category. Days of Our Lives in General Hospital had too many supporting players. Seriously, I can count 12 from each show on this. Yeah. I think you just said it, from Young and the Restless, like a Mark Grossman and a Sean Dominic. James, cover your ears for what I'm about to say. Even though I couldn't stand this character.
Don't say it.
There was a certain person who died on February 21st, 2022. I'm not going to say the name, but they died at 2:53
p.m. Just said it in the chat room. The chat room goes, James knows he wants to add the actor who played Peter August as supporting. You guys all don't know how much I hate.
I did not say his name. I just said the time of death. And that was the best pre-birthday present I've ever gotten from GH. Thank you, GH, for doing that. But no, I mean, in reality, I got to look what it is, right? From Bold and Beautiful, Lawrence St. Victor, I thought he was going to get a spot on because he had a good story as well.
Oh, it was all the stuff with Quinn last year, and and Zoe and all that. Yeah,
yeah. So he was on screen. But like when I saw this list and I saw that it was a GH takeover, I was like, okay, one I can vouch for. Because I knew as soon as they lowered the age range for younger performer, I was like, he better go for it. And I can say this: Nicholas versus somebody else, MC, was a stronger performer in that category. John Lindstrom, I love John Lindstrom. I love him because he's able to do something that I always say is really hard for an actor, is to play two roles but make them believable as two different people.
He does. Because
I think he picked the Ryan Esme and Kevin Esme stuff. I think that's what he picked. So I'm like, okay, but Chad, I think it was Michael and Willow stuff, like when Willow announced or when Sonny came back and Michael says, I'm a Corinthia and I'm taking it. And like you said about Gerry, about Robert, I so wish that was on screen because Robert would have nailed it, but I think that he did a tag team with Sonia Eddy. And that one scene, because one scene comes to mind, so I'm wondering if he used that.
Yeah, just seen that.
It's just so many people, because like Eric Martov, Greg Vaughn, there were so many people that I was just like expecting, and
they didn't get it. But the Lawrence St. Victor, he got a nomination for writing. We'll talk about that later. So you got that right. But no, I think because he that quarter was hot. Quarter, you don't care what you say about it. Was him and Rena Sofer really put something together, and he was with the whole diamond white with the whole pearl with
Grace
and with Paris. I mean, he was the center of a lot of stuff with Eric and everything. So I'm like, he didn't get a nomination? Like, really?
Right.
Like, it's kind of like, well, you're right. There's Days actors too that could have gotten nominations, I guess, and they just didn't really. But
there was more from those two shows. I mean, nothing like with Young and the Restless. Yeah, you had Robert Newman. I will say this: Robert should have been placed for supporting.
I agree.
But I understand that. Mark Grossman, Sean Dominic, let's see, the one that plays Kyle, he could have submitted something. But
now
it was like I kept looking at. No, but I'm just saying, like, that was literally like supporting, because like I said, with Days of Our Lives, they had more supporting than leads. And General Hospital, they got the cast is bloated, but there were certain supporting people on that show too. So
yeah.
But what you were saying about John Lindstrom, I gotta say, what was amazing, and I mean, I love Kevin. Okay, I don't love Kevin with Laura. I love Laura. I love Kevin. I don't love them together. But one thing I do love is even before we knew that Ryan was faking his locked in, although we suspected it, he was terrifying.
Yeah.
Even when he was rolling around in his wheelchair, locked in, with just his face and his eyes, it was just brilliant. I mean, in some ways, I kind of want to see him I wanted to see him get the lead actor a couple of years ago. I forget who won, but when he was nominated for lead for playing both characters.
Yes, he was. He was up for lead. Yes.
Okay. But with the supporting stuff, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him win this one, but I believe I want to see him win, but I think they're going to give it to Robert Gossett because of the social aspect of the storyline.
I can see it. I mean, I'll be surprised. We're going to now pick. We are. And I'll pick mine first because I think he's on a roll, and they do this sometimes when it comes to the Emmys. I'm picking Nicholas Chavez. I think he's going to win again. Yeah, I think right now he's on momentum. He's on his way up, which that to me thinks he won't be on the show that much longer. I don't know anything personally, but I just feel like they when people have a big rise, he's been highly touted. I can see him going off.
But sometimes that works and they're like against them.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
When people feel like they are getting too big for the britches, so young, it sometimes like goes the other way.
He's right. You're right about that. But I'm picking him. Candice.
I have a tie for this in my heart. I do. Nicholas and Dan. I'm doing it.
It's like Sophie's choice. You gotta let that baby go. Let a baby go. You gotta pick one. Sorry, your child's gonna die. You gotta pick one.
In my heart, I want Nicholas, but they're gonna pick Dan. He has some good material.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because what Candice brings up also is the General Hospital crew could cancel each other out.
Exactly. That happens too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why that was another thing I kept thinking about. I was like, Oh man,
That does
but
happen.
yeah.
Surprise. Every once in a while, a surprise does happen. Every once in a while, you're like, oh, but a lot of times they fall in line. Walker, what are you thinking?
Something I'm just gonna throw. I don't care if I'm right or not. John Lindstrom.
Okay. Mhm. It's all possible. And then Gerry, who are you picking?
Robert Gossett.
Okay.
Although I want John Lindstrom to win, but I think it's going to go Robert Gossett.
If John wins, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna be upset. I'm not gonna be
Right.
I'll think for me it'll be cumulative. Just all these years is kind of so it's just kind of that, yes. I'm sorry.
Well, Walker, for Emmy night, can you wear a Robert Gossett hat? A fedora? And maybe have a flute.
That might actually be a part of my outfit. That might be a part of my outfit.
I could love that too.
Clarinet.
So after some of the shit I said on this thing tonight, I might need a flute to defend myself.
I got
They're loving the chat. They're loving it. So they're loving it in the chat room. Okay. Somebody said no Kyle on YNR. Well, I mean, I love Michael Mealer, but he didn't really have much to.
I mean, to each his own.
Well,
I'm just saying supportive, yeah.
No, so I'm saying it's funny because you're right. It's in certain shows, there's a lot of supporting characters because you got Noah and other. They're not really on long enough. That's the problem. They're not even on long enough to have a storyline. And we'll get to that later when I mention Sharon Case. It'll be later. People are gonna hate me, I'm sure, on that one. But let's go up to supporting performance in a daytime series, drama series, actress.
I don't like this one.
Okay, here we go. Krista Allen is Dr. Taylor Hayes on Bold and the Beautiful. The late Sonia Eddy as Nurse Epiphany Johnson, General Hospital. Stacey Hyduke as Kristen Amir on Days of Our Lives. Brooke Kerr as Dr. Portia Robinson, General Hospital. And last year's winner, Kelly Tebow, for Dr. Britt Westmore, General Hospital. Who wants to go first? I mean, I'm not gonna choose, so I'm gonna choose on her own this time. Go first.
Go ahead, Walker.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gerry. I said, go ahead, Gerry. It's why you both look ready to say something.
I'll let Gerry.
Gerry, you go first, Gerry.
I think it's gonna be Sonia Eddy. I think she's gonna get because I remember the last time we had the posthumous nomination was Rosalind Cash. I don't know if that was the last time.
Oh yeah,
it was the last time that resonates with me. Okay, on General Hospital, Mary May Ward, but the difference was Sonia Eddy, and just the fact that they gave this supporting character a whole day send off in General Hospital and had all of these who was it? Yvette Nicole Brown came on to show as I think that she's loved. Okay, and also, again, she embodies supporting actress. Okay, she is not a lead actress who's taken the supporting category role to win an Emmy.
Right.
Okay, so I loved her, and she was so dynamic with every character she interacted with. Okay, for decades. I think the combination of her career and the fact that she died this year, I think it's going to give her the edge. Plus, also, I was also looking forward to her future to see what she was like as a doctor. And to see that cut short, I think that's going to give her the edge. And people are going to give her sentimental, but not undeserved. It's going to be a sentimental edge for an award she really does deserve.
I get what you're saying.
Walker. I think it was perfect that you had Gerry go first because no, that was beautiful, and I probably would not have said that as articulate and as positive as he just did. So I think that was great. But for the group, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, nothing excites me.
Yes.
Everything Gerry said, sure. I mean, if we could have 5 people in that last category who didn't deserve nomination, then I have no problem with Sonia having this nomination. So I'm not even going to say anything against that because but the other ones, a mess.
Well, then we'll go on to Candice. See what she says, what she thinks.
This category I was a little upset with because there was again so many people from 2 shows that I was looking forward to seeing. I wanted to see, and I'm going to say it, Lindsay Godfrey. I thought that's technically a supporting, thing.
Yeah,
yes, I'm glad Stacey's in, but I would have put her in lead and have Tamara Braun in supporting for days. Just saying. For General Hospital, I don't know if she submitted or not, Rebecca Herbst, even though there was a crappy storyline, she did come through with some. With Sonia Eddy, I agree with what Gerry is saying.
It's such a hard, like,
it's a hard description.
I can't be, yeah.
Right, because I've seen what people said on social media, and for me, I'm gonna just take out the fact that she's no longer with us, because if it's the scenes that I think it is, she definitely deserves that award, because I think there was so much stacked on other actresses. With Krista Allen, I mean, the whole thing about Steffi's death, because that's Bold's main thing for these nominations, is like the Steffi Finn stuff, but also the Sheila stuff and also the wedding stuff.
But she's not strong.
If I look at it, I mean, okay, we got Brooke Kerr, and I love Brooke Kerr and whatnot. I think next year, the stuff that we're seeing this year, definitely next year. Like I can see that. With Kelly, I mean, obviously GH has this thing. Gerry said it. The medical stuff. She probably did submit when she found out that she was, dying and everything. So
I'm surprised. I'm surprised she didn't submit for lead, because she thinks she's the lead of the show.
Me too.
Yeah. So I just.
Okay.
It is what it is. So
to piggyback on what Candice is saying, my surprise omission here, and I'm surprised she was not in supporting or lead, Kimberly Brown.
I was going to say
she submitted for lead.
Excuse me?
Yeah, she submitted for lead.
And I honestly think that she should have been in there, because she drove that show this year.
Well, I'm going to also say Rena Sofer, Quinn.
I would say she should have been
for lead or supporting.
For supporting.
Okay.
See, here's the thing about all of these categories. Any person who was on screen can find 2 episodes to put together.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it
is. So I feel like
15 minutes real.
We're moving away from it being talent based and just verse on who can throw together some scenes together, because anyone can throw some scenes together to make like, oh, well, that was a great moment. That was a great moment. But I feel like it's gotten away from like talent and versus like moments. So anyone could be. I mean, the way things are going now, anyone could be nominated, because it's not based on talent. It's based on who can put together that package.
Well, to piggyback on that for a second, Walker, it's not the Oscars, okay, where you have 2 hours to look at. You have to look at who can sustain fascination with the character throughout an entire year, versus who can sustain interest in 1 or 2 days. And that's a different level of talent that the Emmys, daytime Emmys, the way they have them judged, just don't approach. I mean, yeah, you could have anybody do a 2-hour movie of these. You can put a 2-hour movie together with any of these actors and it'd be brilliant. But to have it sustained throughout the course of a year,
My point is going to come up directly in the lead actors, and I'm going to go ahead on it. What Melissa Claire Eden did was talent. If she did the On the Roof, I felt that in my bones.
I did too.
She did.
Okay.
Connor, I
think we're going to pick her, because I mean that was me too. Yeah,
that is talent. It can be done.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, Amelia, you're right. We've been saying this the last 3 years. It's a popularity contest in many ways. It's who's going to vote for it. There's all kinds of things that go on. So yes, we know that on this show. We talk about it all the time. Go ahead, Gerry. What are you saying?
No, I mean, I think I feel like we're all just announced that we're going to be like, who
I
we're
think we all
voting for
agree. I think
best
we're all in
actress.
agreement. I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah,
Like
we're all in
we
agreement, just saying it differently.
I haven't said anything yet, but the you three I see so far, you guys are in agreement. So I will just give my little piece. They're all agreeing with Walker. But I mean, let me just give my little piece. Here's my thing. Yeah, I love Kelly Tebow. I love her performances. I like her all year long. I like her. So I will say I would be biased. I like her performances. I thought her and her dying scenes with Kathleen Gotti should have been nominated also. I think Kathleen Gotti should have been nominated. I don't know why she isn't nominated. Kathleen Gotti has to act. She has to put on a different accent. She has to do all this other stuff. She's playing a complex character who was from this evil villain to someone who's grown, keeps losing children. There were some scenes she did I thought were just beautiful work, and I think she should have gotten a nomination. I would take one of these people out and put her in there if I had to. If we're gonna pick a bunch of GH actors, but I think Kelly and Kathleen did some amazing work. Brooke Kerr is good. I like her. Love her hair. Love her. But I hate the storyline. So I always put myself out of the storyline and go, she's solid in what she does, but I hate the storyline. So it hurts me. Rena Sofer, I agree, I think she should have been on there. She was doing amazing work on there last year also with Eric and with Lawrence. I would have done that also. Stacey Haiduk, she's great. She's fine. I mean, she's great. I'm trying to think what was her thing that made her so great for the year. You know, Krista's my girl. I love Krista. But I feel like Kimberly Brown should have been on there. I would have even taken Naomi Matsuda as Lee on there. We're gonna do some supporting. She had some great work last year against Sheila. Again,
I had
great work against Sheila last year, and she was nominated for Guest Actress.
She should have been supporting.
She was supporting. She had some really good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and the girl who plays Sasha, so what is that from GH? Sophia, yeah.
Sophia, she deserves it.
The writers have put this girl on, I mean, a lot of stuff against her. I'm like, Sophia Madsen has played drama like nobody else the last 2 years. Like they put so much on her. And to me, her acting has gotten better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
And she was pregnant, had a baby in real life. She's beautiful on top of everything else. She has chemistry with everybody. I mean, like, I feel like she should be on this list, if anything else. Like I said, I mean, so it's like there's people who just are just, yes. And of course, there's Sonia. I miss Sonia. That was my girl. And again, what do you say? I mean, Gerry kind of said it perfectly. What can you say? So I think people are bringing up Rebecca Hurst, but isn't she actually lead actress at this point?
Depending on if General Hospital likes their.
Yeah, because I also brought up Amelia Heinley, but she's lead actress.
She's lead actress too. So that was the thing. And when we get to lead actress, I mean, I'm not mad at the picks, by the way.
No, we just want that. But I just want to say that some of these, it is hard for me because I don't like the storyline. So I was gonna take myself out of the storyline sometimes and go, okay, I agree with Walker with the talent portion, like what's good talent.
Right. Because the talent elevates the storyline.
Right.
And Gerry, I'm not coming for you. I'm just thinking in general. It's like
go ahead.
I'm so sick of like, because it's daytime, we should just expect like, well, I guess this is the best we can get. Like Maura West takes talent and elevates it, and she has done it for how many years has she been on?
Over 20. I mean, she taught some people how to act too.
That is someone. And those are the people that I feel like are the ones that really should be, Well,
you mentioned James Patrick Stewart earlier. He is somebody who's taking crappy stuff and turn it into gold.
And he elevates it.
Yeah, he has depth. And I think with the daytime, it's like, my feeling is not that these people, it's daytime we just accept, but we have to look at I think we should look at more than 2 episodes.
We all agree on that. But
yeah.
No one wants to do that, but we agree. No, it's always been, as you know, it's always been that way. So it's just tough. But yeah, I'm just looking at going, Maura West is the GOAT. She is. I love her. She can't do no wrong for me. And even though the character bugs the crap out of me, but to her credit, she's doing her job, and that's Cynthia Watros. She's doing her job. I mean, you're supposed to hate her at that point. You're supposed to hate her because Nina is on your nerves. But I feel like she is doing a good job.
Cynthia Watros, she annoys you, but you know what? I understand every move she makes, even though I disagree with it.
Sorry, what was Walker say something?
I feel like she was maybe it's when you remember things differently. I remember her being way stronger as Annie on Guiding Light than as she is now.
But it's the writing. Is it the writing? It's the writing, right? That's the point I'm saying. That's
like
the point. Writing.
It can be two things. It can
I'm
be
actually,
the writing.
I'm actually
acting.
I'm actually disappointed with her on GH because I'm expecting that ferocious and that
fire.
that fire.
You're not writing her that way. That's
But even in the moments that they have given her, she has not showed up.
I think Michelle Stafford would have done it better.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Although I could not see Michelle Stafford with Sonny.
Oh, no. I couldn't either. No, it'd be a different storyline. But I'm just saying, I feel like they're writing her to be this way. That's why I feel like she's, she's doing her job.
She's lukewarm. She's right now. Her performance is lukewarm.
But it's not. Even in the moments where she gets to roar, it's like
yeah.
And I'm like, girl, when you were like in your 20s, you were doing the damn thing. So.
But at the same time, you can tell when an actor is kind of tired of doing the same old, like the same emotions and because literally between Carly and her, it's been like almost a 3-year story. Well, with Cynthia's like almost 3 years. And it's sort of like, okay, are we going to stop this wheel like of us being like, oh, I feel as though the acting is driving the writing, but sometimes I'm like, maybe not.
I just want to say we have 62 people watching, so thank you, 62 people. Hit that like button, kids. They were waiting for us. They were waiting for us.
People are really tuned in.
I told you they were. They were asking.
I don't remember it being like this before.
Oh no, it's all like this. You guys don't realize our shows are very popular.
I was gonna say if you can hit 75 before the show ends, I think you should give something away, James.
Give something away. I'll give Walker away. How's that?
Ooh, and he will probably cook for you too.
Y'all.
Can I bid on a ceiling fan?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what?
Can I bid on a ceiling fan?
That ceiling fan. I got a ceiling fan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, let's vote.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so it's Krista, Sonia, Stacey, Brooke, and Kelly. Walker, who are you going with?
I'm gonna go for the sentimental because no one else stood out, and I honestly of God rest his soul, like no one stood out. So I'm just giving for the sentimental for Sonia.
Okay, Candice.
Sonia, I will always love you, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Krista Allen.
Oh, okay. That could happen. No, that's like possible. That's like possible. Gerry,
Sonia, Eddie.
I know
Rebecca De Mornay.
What?
And she was known on Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the Muffin Tops.
I'm going back and forth. I'm almost like Sonia, Eddie, or Kelly again, almost because it's another death storyline.
I think I can't tell you what to do. I'm just saying for me, I think Sonia was more loved because we know that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that.
I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to think in general. I mean, I'm just wondering because sometimes we like she was sweet, we love her, but maybe not get. They don't always win. They don't always. The ones who are prosperous don't always win. Some do.
This is why they need to release the reels because I feel as though like me personally, and I watch all soaps. James knows this. If they pick the scene where she's explaining why she wants to become a doctor when it was with Hat Daddy.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Then talent-wise and writing-wise and emotion, she like made me convinced that this is a woman who who gave up certain things in order to still do what she loves to do versus Krista Allen, who had, she almost lost her daughter. Then she got duped by somebody who shot her, who really caused a lot of wrongs in her life and whatnot, to keeping a secret because she wanted, and I'm going to say this, desperately wanted her love to be with her. So, talent wise, like you said, Walker, that's how I look at it. So that's.
A lot of
I
folks
don't
are
know.
saying, a lot of folks are saying between Sonia and Kelly, they all kind of, yeah, they're kind of.
I also want to see. I'd love to see the scene where Marshall talked to Sonia about his illness. And she was, and
I think
as
that's what he
somebody who's a
picked.
potential love interest, talked him through it and said, "This is an illness you can handle. Let's go for this." And still was interested in him. And plus, also throw in her singing the song at the Christmas episode. I love that.
And just her general support of all the cat. I mean, she was close to Elizabeth. She was close. I mean, she was always. I'm going to pick Sonia also. I think they're going to go for the sentimental round.
Okay, good. We can get this one was a downer. So let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We need a new category.
Okay.
This was
Okay.
like.
Okay, before we go to actor and actress, we know it's going to get in there. We're going to go to the two categories. We'll do show last. Categories that are very important. And first one is directing team for a daytime drama series.
Oh, can I go
The
first?
nominees are
Okay.
The Bay, Pop Star TV, The Bold and Beautiful, CBS, Days Are Our Lives, NBC Peacock, General Hospital, and The Young and the Restless. So basically everybody got nominated, except for Beyond Salem, too. Everybody got nominated. This is for directing. So usually they'll pick like General Hospital will pick theme episodes and stuff. Well, people had the whole Brooke. I don't know what they stripped. They had the whole Brooke 25 or 35. I don't know what they picked, but what are we thinking about directing?
Okay. Well, I loved. Okay, I'm going to go for Bold and the Beautiful with this one. If they pick, I don't know what they pick, but if they go for the contrast of that wonderfully darkly lit, rainy scene where Sheila shoots her son,
that was good.
Plus, it contrasts that with, as I call it, the Sound of Music moment, where Ridge is chasing Taylor through Aspen up the hills.
I liked it though. It's like at least it was outdoors. There was something outdoors.
Right. If they show that range,
are we talking about? Is this supposed to be a positive?
That could win it for them.
That's supposed to be a winning.
I don't care. I like the out. We find something because just trust me. If I see that same goddamn bench and the chain link fence outside General Hospital, I'm gonna go cry because I'm like, at least Bold went to Aspen. They went somewhere, and remember, also counts Italy too, with the whole Steffi and Finn reunion. But that also,
yeah. So I don't know where they went, but I love the Aspen stuff. I joke about this, the Sound of Music moment, but I loved when Rich was chasing her and said, "You're going to give me a heart attack."
His old ass trying to run after her. He's like, "I'm tired." That was realistic. Because Rich is like, "I'm old and tired. What made me run after you?" That made me laugh. That made me laugh. But they had they had a range. They had a total range in the last year. If you think about it, it was like
and remember, just like the same way that like actors win for playing dual roles, I think that kind of dual range can give them the directing thing.
That's what I'm saying. And I agree with you, Judge. There was a range because the other shows don't have that range. They don't, not really. What Young and the Restless? They're known for being the older soap, but they have all the. I don't know what you guys think about all that stuff. So I mean, I guess we'll go Candice. You go next. Well, directing. Is she frozen? I think Candice is frozen.
She's
so we'll go to Walker. Well, I guess she's frozen.
Oh, is she frozen? Really?
She looked like she was just really still. She's very unbothered right now. So we'll go to Walker.
Are we picking picks or are we just talking about?
So just briefly talk about the directing, just like they direct before you pick.
Who in the hell let the Bay in?
And I was like, well, I mean, to me,
I'm going to go here. For all you people who are watching, that is the most annoying fucking cast that anyone working a red carpet wants to deal with. When you see them coming, everyone does this.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to talk to their annoying ass.
The problem for me is when they change the rules, I'm just curious, why is it the Bay is still okay for daytime, but like my friends at Anacostia and all the other shows, they had to go to nighttime. So I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what the what the whole thing is.
Because Gregory is a tricky. No, I won't say. He's a what's a positive like? I'm trying to think of a positive.
He's in the business. He's in the business.
They know the ways to get around.
They do.
They know the ways to get around.
No matter how you feel about him or them, he works it out. He works it out, and that's why the Bay is out there. And that's why they got 2 nominations. They got the one. They get the one for a drama series too. But I'm going back to the whole point that a lot of my friends who are part of these like Studio City, which I was in, we were trying. We can't be daytime. Like our show's about daytime TV. Like we have to compete in the prime time category. So
can you explain briefly to the people why that is, or do you know?
I know. Okay, so part of the brouhaha that happened several years ago was the whole thing was, if you're a series on YouTube or some kind of streaming service, what constitutes episodes, and then what constitutes how long an episode is. So they felt like many shows, it was uneven. That's where the discussion started happening. Well, you submit 2 episodes, your episodes are 9 minutes long. You took 2 episodes, which are 20 minutes long each. So there was a lot of problems, a big issue with that. She could draw about to get back her Emmy. It was a whole big thing about. There was a whole thing about. That was part of all that brouhaha. You can watch all episodes for that. But that was the whole thing. But there was this whole thing of like, okay, when we're splitting all this stuff up, it came to game show. For some reason, it was game shows and digital dramas. Those were the 2 that were kind of like this nebulous thing to them. They had no problem with, daytime talk shows. That's daytime. It says daytime in the thing, so that was fine. But for some reason, these were like, well, they do them on their own. They're not part of a network, but the word television is changing. And so it's like the Bay was the same thing. The Bay just recently got on Popstar TV. It wasn't on Popstar TV before. It was also a streaming service, but I don't know why. But this is where the block ends. I don't know the actual decision that show is okay, and all the rest have to go to prime time. That was something I talked about with Sean Kanan, my buddy. We talked about it. I talked about it with Anthony Anderson, who was the only person nominated in the prime time Emmys for Anacostia. He was the only one out of all people who sent things in. But like Sean and Tristan and all the people who did great work, who swept the ISAs, might have you. This ISAs. Because I was going to support. I was going to try to go for an Emmy this last year, because my performance. I was half an episode. I was going to do it, but I don't know what the actual. I know up to that part, but I don't know what their criteria exactly is. And Candice, you're back.
Can I tell you that real life just got real deep real fast. I felt like I was in like a episode of Law and Order just now or something. There was yelling and everything. So I was like, I don't want, because I live so close, so people can, I don't want all that drama on this show. Make sure you hit that like button, folks. Crazy people, I swear.
Okay, so we're talking directing. So far we say the Boulder People has the most range. We don't know why the Bay is on.
Oh yeah.
That leaves Days, Shore Hospital, Young and Restless. To me, they're all about the same in directing. They're all about the same to me. I don't think they're that interchangeable.
I'm really surprised Beyond Salem 2 wasn't on this.
They didn't do it. They went to the Bay, which is weird. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of weird with Beyond Salem and the Bay. Not taking away, but I'm just like, okay, you guys got in, you would think, but that's another story for another day. Bold and Beautiful got this.
We'll go ahead and pick, because this is, like I said, not much more to talk about this category. So okay, it's the Bay and all the other soaps. Gerry, who are you choosing?
Bold and Beautiful.
Okay. Walker, who are you choosing?
Bold only because of Italy.
Yeah, seriously, I think that's what it is. I'm choosing that too. I'm choosing Bold. I think it'd be good.
I guess I should say I'm voting for Italy. That's what I'm voting
for. And
I'm still here.
Who are you voting for?
Who you voting for?
I said Bold.
We hear you. Nico Ross.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bold.
James, can you
the Bold and the Beautiful.
What?
Can you get us all a trip to Italy now?
Sure. I'll talk to Casey Cass for a second. Me and Candice in there more than I am. She can get us in there.
Don't say that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Live came back. I was shocked that show came back. I said Casey came back. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought he was.
I'm not on there.
Girl, what happened?
It just ain't bad. Different format.
Anyway, I was going to get her in trouble.
That's all I got.
I just want to honorable mentions. I'm just curious what this panel thinks. We're not voting on it really in real life or anything, but I just want to mention before we go to the other three. We have 3 categories left, four left. Daytime talk show hosts. I'm just very curious what you guys think. The nominees are Drew Barrymore Show,
Kelly Clarkson,
The Kelly Clarkson Show, Tamron Hall, Kelly and Ryan, and then Sherry Shepherd, Sherry. I was just very curious what you guys think. I mean, we're not really voting on, but it's kind of curious.
Actually, I would, if I was to give vote, I would vote for Sherry because I know the EPs and my girl Queen who got a Emmy nomination for doing Sherry's hair. So
okay.
Team Sherry all the way over here.
Okay. Candice, any thoughts?
I'm going to my birthday twin, Drew Barrymore, because she doesn't have to do this whole dun, 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 I'm a talk show host.
But they did have to do then your show ain't shit, so we split it down to 30 minutes.
But she also respects the genre too. Let's not forget what she said last year. And
what she said last year?
She was one of the only people. Well, her and Tamron Hall was the only ones to show up that was nominated for the category. And she basically says that the people in daytime are the hardest working people out there. She was actually giving respect to the daytime genre versus I'm here, or I send my publicist or my daughter to pick up an award.
So that check clear. Okay. Who would you have voted for, Gerry?
Yeah, Gerry.
Okay. I don't like a lot of the daytime talk shows anymore. I just don't. It's but looking at them, it's gonna be either like. I think I'm going to go a little bit more for Tamron Hall, just because she tries to do something.
Yes.
I mean, Kelly Clarkson seems like a little more just too celebrity based, and Tamron Hall seems like she's trying to bring light to important issues. But I mean, I don't think anybody does it really. I mean, my God, I just keep giving it to Phil Donahue year after year if I could.
I would have had a problem with that.
He said Phil Donahue. I love it.
I would have gave it to Sally or to Ricky. Go Ricky.
Rest in peace, Jerry Springer. I gotta say that today.
Oh my! Is he gonna dominate now the memorial reel?
But you know what's funny? I actually felt a little something. I used to watch. I don't care. I watched Jerry back in the day. I watched him, and for better or worse, I said worse, not worst. Better or worse, he changed the face of daytime TV. He did. He added a whole element.
He put the people in the bag.
Better or worse. But I'm saying he did. And number two, he was as big as Oprah for a while at one point. He was knocking on her door. He was bigger than her for a while. And his security guard got his own show too. That's how great that shit is.
I gotta tell you one thing about Jerry Springer.
And he was on a soap opera.
Jerry Springer in his early years, I thought was really doing a lot of really interesting things. He would have people on there who would not the classiest people in the world, but he treated them with respect with the issues they were dealing with. But then suddenly it became the whole throwing chairs at each other thing. Yep. I think in Jerry Springer's first couple of years, he was actually doing a really admirable job. And then it just became
because he had no ratings. He said it. He had no ratings. That was it, because remember back then the field was crowded. He had no ratings. It
was like when he was on at 11 o'clock at night. I liked him.
I'm saying, there's just no. He was a journalist at one point. I mean, he was all this stuff. But the point is, there was no ratings. They figured it out, and like he said, it was not about celebrities. It wasn't about anything else. Him and Ricky Lake both changed the face of daytime, whether you liked them or not. They did. And so I give him respect for that.
Tamron's following behind Gerry. She was born and had no ratings, and now she's doing the most in her interviews to try to catch a headline, trying to catch a clip, to try to be in the blogs. So fuck that bitch.
But the only time I can say honestly, the only time I watch Tamron Hall is when I'm in the doctor's office.
Okay, first of all, she was so sweet when I met her last year. She was, but anyway, I like Kelly Clarkson. I don't care what anybody says. She's like, you want to call me fat? I'm gonna be this weight. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be this weight. I don't give a fuck. Her songs are fun. She's all these songs are.
She's
fun.
just fun. She's fun.
She is seriously. She is fun. None of them are great hosts. Come on, folks. I'm a host. I don't want hosting, and nobody can host. She has a good time.
Yeah.
And you know, and her guests have a good time too. And here's another thing too. I'm not a big fan of the show. It got nominated for a lot of stuff, Jennifer Hudson's show, but I'm enjoying her show. It's also fun. Jennifer Hudson's show is fun. She's having people on her show that she admires and likes, and I'm actually kind of enjoying her show a little bit. So I'm like, I give it to her.
I need her to find something else to do than to. She needs to learn how to. She needs to take some hosting classes.
Yes.
So that she's not she's leaning so much into the singing that that's all she has to offer.
I know, but
and it needs to be more.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But just to me, at least it's better than I thought it would be. Like I'm actually enjoying the guests she has on there. But with Kelly Clarkson, she's having fun. I'm like, to me, I feel I have fun when I watch her. So I'm like, I will, yes. Go ahead.
With Kelly Clarkson, what I do like is it kind of, for me, pulls me back into the old Dinah Shore days. When Dinah knew she was not a comedian, so she didn't open up with a monologue. So she opened up with a song. That's what Kelly does. She has a beautiful voice. She'll sing a song and lead into things. And I'm like, cool with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm like, yeah. I mean, but back into me, the heyday was the 90s. We had Montel Williams. We had Cy Just Robert. We had everybody. So you remember Gerardo Rivera.
Yolanda.
Yeah, we have. I know Rolanda. That's my girl. Interview. That's my girl. I love Rolanda. They all had something to say. So as I'm saying, when I give Jerry Springer his props, you can say what you want. If you were of my age or anything, you did watch Jerry occasionally. It was hilarious. It was just the craziest thing. At the end, he would do his whole serious monologue at the end. Like you just would never. It was genius what he did, and it led open to Ricky Lake coming on and doing her thing with the younger audience. She was like, I can't be Oprah older. I'm younger because she's my age. It was our time. I mean, I literally that was my age group.
And those were the times when we had 10 soap operas on the air.
Exactly. We had 13, Walker.
15. 15.
One time there was 26 at one point.
Yeah.
But when I started really watching the 80s, 90s,
I wasn't born then.
Tell me.
We get that. Thanks.
Oh, but how about like with the Sally Jesse and Maury? Maury just became Who's the Daddy show.
That was his thing, yes. We're still changed television too. You have to get to somebody brings up Morton Downey Jr. I remember Morton Downey Jr.
Yeah, I remember that.
I loved and the boxes with the mouths on them. So at 11:30 at night and the squawk boxes. I remember.
Jenny Jones.
Oh, Jenny Jones, I her too.
Jones.
Sally Jesse was my girl, and I want to give another shout out, a rest in peace, because they're canceling my show after what 30 years or 25 years. How are they going to cancel My People's Court with Judge Miriam Milian? That is my girl. I am pissed.
Wait, what?
They canceled People's Court. They canceled Judge Mathis and People's Court.
I thought they were going to another network.
I haven't heard anything yet. If you heard something, let me know. If anybody heard anything, I have not heard.
Yeah, I think they're going to what? Is it Freevee or something?
I would love because Judge Judy is on something, but she's something else on another network.
Yeah.
I haven't heard. I mean, if you've heard something, let me know because I love her.
Yeah. No, one of those court shows with the white woman?
No, mine is she's Latina. So.
Yeah.
Okay. There's one judge show with a white woman. She's going to Brian Allen's like new.
See, there you go. That might be it, Candice.
Yeah. It might be.
I'll tell you. Sally Jesse, I remember when I was in college, and this is back in like 1984, 85, and Sally Jesse was on at 2:30 in the morning. It was the greatest show at 2:30 in the morning to watch. You felt like you were watching something that was like hidden, and then she got to like 11:30 in the morning. It never had the same feel.
That's when they would repeat the shows of the day in the middle of the night. They stopped doing that.
They wouldn't show it during the day. It was just like only on at 2:30 in the morning.
They did it in LA. I'm saying in LA they did. So they repeat the shows at night, also like at 2 and 3 in the morning. So if you're awake, you can see them both times.
Oh yeah, who's that? I feel you. I'm mad they canceled Judge Mathis too. I just opened the chat. Let me see.
Yeah, so, well, I heard Judge Mathis did some bad stuff, didn't he? To my girl Shirley. Whatever's going on. They canceled my table talk. I know that.
Who said that?
Yeah. They canceled that because Facebook is discontinuing original programming.
Oh, they really didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, he said, okay, Judge Mathis and Marilyn are going to Byron. Good. My buddy Byron Allen. That's right, Byron Allen.
Okay, I knew it wasn't going crazy. I thought they canceled it before he got there. I was like, don't do that.
I knew the white woman was going somewhere.
She's not white. She's Cuban.
Isn't she?
No, she's Cuban. She speaks Spanish. She's totally Cuban. Milian is Cuban. I met her as my girl. We spoke Spanish together. She's not white.
Okay.
They're like, I've seen talent since Mike Douglas and Merv Griffin.
Oh my God! Oh.
Let's talk about Dick Cavett. What the fuck? How far back are we going? The Tomorrow Show with what's his name? Tom Snyder. I'm like, how far back are we going, kids?
I mean, wasn't there a talk show? What it was at home with Gerry Collins? Am I going crazy for thinking about
Our Magazine?
Our Magazine was it. He was also, it was Real People. That was him, Byron Allen, and that chick. They had a show together. So anyway, let's get we go off the topic. Okay, folks, we'll be on here for 10 years. That was fun. I just wanted to kind of get a little because we're all hosts and things, and it was kind of fun. How about that? Not everybody can host, kids. All right, writing team. So this is crazy. For a daytime drama series, I'm scared. It is The Bay, Beyond Salem, Chapter 2, The Bold and Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital. And so everybody got in on it. Also, this for some reason, everybody got it. It's on here. I will say my little piece for Beyond Salem was cute. I like Beyond. I like those little spin-offs. They were cute. I don't know if it's the best writing, but it was. But we brought back Bo. They brought back my girl Megan. I thought was very inspired. There's some things they did on there that worked. And my girl Hope, of course, came on there. But I like the little self-contained. I like the little cutesy side things they were doing. And I thought it was a piece to Days of Our Lives. So I think so. I just want to mention. I like that. I like some writing. But anyway, Candice, you go first. Writing.
One Life to Live. One Life to Live was great this past season. The writing for it. Oh, sorry. I mean,
mentioning Wendy Williams. Okay, mentioning Wendy. Oh.
I know. Wendy, come back, girl. Do a podcast. I don't know. Just to do one.
No.
Well, no, she's not even going to do that. She wants to kind of do something different, but that's why. Real quick, backtrack. That's why I like Sherry Shepherd, but I don't like the talk show because I know the behind the scenes, like all the stuff that went down for her to get the show.
It wasn't her fault that bitch went crazy and
nope.
I don't know anything. Like what? Huh? What? Anyway, best writing.
Best writing. So best writing. So I want everybody to understand it's not the acting, it's the writing for it. Because some people be thinking that. All of them was really worthy of this. I think. Are we picking who's gonna win this one?
First, we haven't fucking talked about it yet. We're talking about it.
I mean, all of them are really good because all of them really had strong storylines and good writing material. That's all I got. So, well, wait a minute. Yeah, because I'm thinking about the episode that they probably could submit. Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. Before I get to the gentlemen, my whole thing is all the soaps need help in the writing department. I've said this before. We need some female head writers, please. Can we have some female writers, please? I want to use soap operas. We need to stop these antiquated storylines. I need no more babies. I need no more pregnancies. I need no more, I mean, we need some things with a twist. I mean, you only do 7 or 8 things anyway on a soap opera, but let's get some twists. Days of Our Lives took some chances when they got on Pico. We did the threesome and all that stuff. I'm like, at least they're taking some chances. They wrote for gay characters. They wrote for black characters. They wrote for. I'll give Days of Our Lives for all around. At least they wrote for some people. General Hospital. The pacing just got it. Just is just. I mean, killing them. But every soap had a couple of great storylines. You are correct, or a couple of great scenes. So every soap opera had something. But I don't know if I think they all still need help. I think soaps need to be overhauled. That's just kind of how I feel about that. Walker, you're next.
Who in the hell dick are they sucking over at the Bay to get all these nominations? Is Lord, what Gregory and Christoph are doing the most, or is it the Wendy Witch? Like, how
they're working it out? They're working it out.
And y'all can, and if you watching from the Bay, please remove me from your email thing. I'm not coming to your events. I don't want to talk to your people. I don't care about your show. Stop sending me those emails. Damn, y'all worrisome.
We'll move on to Gerry. What are you thinking?
Okay. I'm like a diehard General Hospital fan.
Yes.
It debuted a year before I was born. Okay. Excuse me, a month before I was born. So,
quiet, Walker.
I'm not far behind him either. Hello, I'm not far behind him. So.
But I think they made a few writing mistakes this year that really. And even though I picked Ellie Mills as my favorite guest performer, I think she was misused. I hated the fact that they turned out to make her Esme's mother.
And the hook killer, dumb.
Right, and the hook killer. I mean, to me, because of the way Avery Pohl looked, this is my whole thing I'm going to toss out there. I really thought that if we're going to make Ryan Chamberlain her father, I really thought making Alex Devane and his twin sister her mother, who had met Ryan during the twin study thing, would have been brilliant. Okay. So I mean, we didn't know that.
Not one of those offsprings.
But I think that they made a couple mistakes like that. So I'm going to say though, I thought that one of the best storylines was Sheila supposedly killing her son and his adoptive mother keeping him alive, and Sheila finding out and all that stuff was the best through-line storyline of the year. Okay, so I'm going to say that Bold and Beautiful. I'm going to give that the writing award.
But he kept it also. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
And also, I loved the incorporating the modern technology of the voice changing thing to frame Brooke for the child custody thing, for the child calling child services on Douglas. Okay, I thought that was brilliant. I thought that just so much of that. I thought it was just a more cohesive soap than any of the other ones this year.
I'll say I think Bold took the most chances this year and last year. I feel like they did hear fans sometimes, and were like, "Okay, you don't want Brooke and Taylor at each other's odds anymore. Let's make them almost lesbian. Sure, why not?" I'm like, they wanted to shock everybody, and see, fans are so fickle. They didn't want them at odds, but they don't want them as friends. So it's like, well, then which one do you want? When Finn was killed. Remember, he was like, "I'm off the show." Like, they kept it a totals. I mean, you can really have secrets on these shows anymore. And to have Lee, because we didn't see much of her, to have her be the one to keep that was, to me, was brilliant. Also, I thought they took some chances. They really did. I think they took some chances. And the only problem with me though is they need to decide: is Thomas just going to be an all-out villain or an anti-hero? I'm tired of this guy. They feel like they go this way, then they ruin him. Then they bring him back, and then they ruin him. I'm getting mad at that. But also quarter stuff, all that quarter stuff was hot. But there's also Mandingo complex thing that happened that people didn't like either. So it's like
the Thomas thing is frustrating because it's just this guy.
Right.
Like if he leaves and we go back to a Pearson type Thomas, then all that stuff disappears.
Yeah.
And so it's just like
I just want to say this. It's like when you guys are talking about it, it sounds like you guys are talking about for the best drama section instead of the writing, because with the writing, like the whole shit, like again, for Bold and Beautiful, we already said it. The Steffi Finn Sheila stuff is is pretty much the story of the year. Writing wise, it was classic soap telling because you had the unexpected stuff happen. You told a story of first, the desperation of a woman trying to get to know their son. At the same time, the wife has gone through,
the whole trauma of everything. So I think writing wise, that was really good. It reminded me of classic William J. Bell, to be honest with you. Same thing with Days of Our Lives. They told a story about a woman being killed, which was Abby's death. Not everybody liked that storyline.
My vote's for Days.
He's like vote. Okay, he's saying Days. So he's saying Days. So Walker's, but he also did some very inventive stuff on Days too. They did. And then I think Gerry, you said Bold and Beautiful, right?
Bold and Beautiful, definitely, yeah.
That's my pick also. And Candice, what's yours?
Bold.
Yeah. Okay, now we're at the top three categories. We're going to start with, should I get the right? We get together. Wait, where'd it go? Give me a second, kids. A lot of pages. Where'd it go?
While James is looking for his papers, please make sure you like and subscribe to JLJ Media, home of all after shows, including the Soap Block, the Young and the Restless after show, as well as both. And also make sure you check out the hit show, The Email, season 3 coming soon.
Starring Candice Mack. All right, thank you. Back to me.
And crew.
Thank you. Back to me.
I like that voice. Right. The voice is perfect.
She did it. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. We're going to do lead performance. And I think you change these things every time. Lead performance in a daytime drama series actor. The nominees are Maurice Bernard as Sonny Corinthos, General Hospital. Peter Bergman as Jack Abbott, The Young and the Restless. Billy Flynn as Chad Demira, Days of Our Lives. Torsten Kay as Rich Forster, The Bold and the Beautiful. And Jason Thompson as Billy Abbott, The Young and the Restless. The only time I'll agree with Walker is by choosing Days. It's so funny. Okay. I will start off. I heard Maurice brought the bipolar stuff with Nina. I feel like Maurice is liking his role a lot better once he became Smike. I feel like he's enjoying the role better than he did before. And so I've been enjoying some of his stuff more than I have before. Peter Bergman to me is always just good. He's always good. I mean, Peter Bergman just to me, any scene he's in, he gives it 10,000%. I said Billy Flynn should have gotten nominated, and I feel like he should win, actually. I feel like this is his turn. Torsten, love you. Don't know why you're in this category. Now, Jason, if it's for the Chelsea part, he did a great job. A great job supporting, just that whole exchange. Plus, I hated that whole podcast storyline. Let me start on that. And I was not a fan of Billy and Lily. But his whole year of Billy's kind of pulling out of everything once again, like pulling out of Chancellor Winters, pulling out of it, trying to find himself. I kind of liked it. I thought Jason did some nice, quiet work. I'm not a fan of him and Chelsea now together. I think it's weird that you're with your rapist. That's one of the story. But his work from last year and friend stuff, I did. There are some omissions on here, I think too. But I just want to say, when the folks are here, I'm glad to see Billy on here. I think he did a great job. But like Peter Bergman, he's always so good. He's always so good. But I would take Torsten out. I may not would have had Maurice in here either, maybe. But I mean, I think it's other people. But anyway, that's my opening. We'll go to you, Gerry, first this time.
Okay. Yeah, I think Peter Bergman's great. I don't want to give it to him because it seems like he's doing a good job, but it's kind of weird to give it to him in a year where the character is just being duped completely by Diane. Okay. And it almost makes him seem dumb. Okay. That he's so taken in by this woman he should know better about. I'm not thrilled by this category. There's nobody who this year stood out to me and said, "Oh my God, this is great." Unlike you though, I'm gonna throw the bone to Torsten Kay because, like last year with Eric Forrester,
John McCook.
Yeah, it's I think he's very good. I really liked a lot of stuff he did when he was torn between Brooke and his son. I really liked a lot of that stuff he did. And also, he took the character Ridge, who I never cared about when played previously, okay? He made me care about Ridge. I think he's been great as Ridge. And I loved him as like Patrick and even more so on Port Charles, okay? as his Patrick's brother. So I'm gonna go for Torsten K.
Okay, so Walker, what do you think about this category?
It's solid. Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's for me, there's no glaring omissions. I don't know what Thorsten did, and I gotta take up with my man Ron Moss. I grew up on watching
You know,
Ron Moss.
That's my buddy. That's my buddy.
I think Thorsten has ruined the character of Ridge. This is not the same one that I watched, growing up. But hey, and obviously I'm going for Jason Thompson. I'm biased. And he also, I love that storyline.
It was good. It was good. No, and Walker's right. It is a solid category. I mean, they're all Emmy winners except for Torsten, I think. Right? Except for Chad. I mean, except for Billy. Or did Torsten win too, or no?
And Thorsten and Billy. Okay. Yeah, Billy and Thorsten
have
never won.
The other three have multiple Emmys. That's right. So that's kind of
something's telling me Billy, but I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with Billy. So I mean, I think it's good. Candice. Right.
This is a solid category because each of them did do their thing. Billy, of course, with the Abby stuff. Thorsten with the wedding when he said, "You mean to tell me that you knew about this whole time?" When he's like, "Who are you? You're not my son." Maurice with the bipolar. Jason. The thing is that with Maurice Bernard, I feel as though that's his strongest material. And I understand, he, the mental health and everything. I feel as though that is his go-to instead of trying something else out. With Peter Bergman, it's Peter Bergman, crying out loud, folks. Like,
it's Peter Bergman.
Seriously, it's Peter Bergman. Like Jason did submit that scenes with Chelsea, and that was a good, solid performance.
It was.
So for me, yeah, I mean, this one, I'm going to say this is probably, again, one of the toughest categories of the night that I can see it either going to Jason, Thorsten, and Billy. So for me, Billy Flynn.
Yes, you and I are Billy. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I won't be surprised if it's a tie.
Oh, a tie? I think it might be a tie. It's happened a couple times in history.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Don't happen very often. But it does happen. Hello, you guys. In chat. Well, hello. I think I think we're going to lead actress. That's the one I know we all got to talk about. Lead performance in a daytime drama series actress. The nominees are, folks, you guys ready at home? Sharon Case as Sharon Newman, The Young and the Restless. I'm gonna get out. Melissa Claire Egan as Chelsea Lawson, The Young and the Restless. Finola Hughes as Anne Devane. Jacqueline McInnes Wood as Steffi Forster, Bold and Beautiful. And my girl Michelle Stafford as Phyllis Summers on Young and the Restless. I will go first with, I know the Finola Hughes stuff is probably the Peter death, isn't it?
And the stuff with what's homeboy's name that plays 29,000 characters? Not Cyrus, Finn, and also with James Patrick Stewart.
I love Finola. Okay. Sharon Case, here's a case where they've done her wrong. But when Ray died, when they decided to kill off the Latino family on Young and the Restless, we never saw Sharon really grieve.
Mm-mm.
So Sharon she had a couple of good scenes in the beginning. Remember, everything was off screen. His family was off screen. Everything was off screen. They had like one episode where the family got together for her, and that's it. We didn't see a funeral. We didn't see anything.
Well, hell, the marriage and the love was basically all screen.
Right, exactly. And so Sharon basically has been pouring coffee for last year. So I love Sharon, and I just like, but I don't know what she did. I don't know what she submitted. Okay, here's my thing, folks. For years, I didn't get it. I didn't get it for years. I did not get it. But now I'm on board. I'm completely on board. I am a Jacqueline McInnes Wood fan now. I am. I was never a fan. I am now. I am. I love the way she plays Steph. First of all, she's beautiful, number one. But number two, I love the way she plays Steffi. I just love the way she plays her. And this last year, they gave her a lot of meaty material. with the Sheila stuff and everything, and her and Finn. I said, I'll never forget that birthing scene when she gave birth. It was like sex. I was like, I had never been in a birthing scene where it was like sexual. I was like, I watch this on my TV. I don't know. I really, 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 really like her. I'm a fan. Now I'm kind of like, I get. So I mentioned Kirsten Storms, who to me I love completely. I should always be up for Emmys, but she never up for anything. That's a whole other story. But I'm a fan. Because Claire Egan, she did it. I mean, she did it. She did it, and she's been nominated like 7 times. Homegirl's been nominated, and she's been around a long time, folks. Several soap operas have been around a long time, and Homegirl just even after those scenes, just her recovery, it's just all of that. Even her scenes before that, when I thought they were gonna put her and Ray together, I thought, oh, I see something going on there. I was a fan of her acting. I mean, as you guys know, Michelle Stafford's one of my best friends. She said she was shocked she was nominated. I think her stuff she's doing this year would be more appropriate. But she was like, but she's happy to have nomination, and she's Michelle's Michelle, so I love her. So I will now go to Walker first this time.
For thoughts or
for thoughts, we're doing thoughts. We're all doing thoughts. Now we're talking. This is the big category, lead actress, the big one.
This one is all about Melissa Carey for me personally. And I don't need to go on about my love for Jackie. She knows.
I get it now. Actually, Walker, I get it now.
But yeah, I always say I'm biased because like of everyone, like there are 2 people on this list. I mean, 2 people nominated who I'm really really close with, and I hope Jason wins. I love Jackie, but it needs. This is Missy's for me. I mean, not that we're doing, but just that I can see the scene in my head right now, and it was good. And it's just that moment when she whispers to Billy, tell Connor I love him, and then it's like, and he go like that is a scene.
Oh no, Michelle said, Melissa starts my show. How great Melissa was. They're good friends. No, we all agree. I think that is. But I'm just saying, it's not a bad category. I mean, everybody.
No, I feel like Finola has gotten that box. She has become the
she's the flattery.
She has where Brighton James used to have his box. Like you can always count on her as dependable.
Yes. And she is. I mean, she's good.
It's dependable. Sharon Case, like, was there no one from Days who could be lead that could have that deserved
like Mary Beth Evans as Kayla, or like
that would have been supporting.
Think so? I don't know. See, I don't know. Again, we don't have Moore or Laura on.
Like Ari Zucker is usually the box for Days and for lead actress.
Yeah.
So that, and I'm when it comes to me, I'll say my piece on that.
I don't get that. So I don't. I mean, she does nothing for me. So I guess I'd rather see Sharon Case than her up here again. But I don't want shit. I feel like this is like a appreciation. Like, girl, we ain't given it to you in so many years, and you deserved it so many different times, but we're gonna give it to you this time. This nomination.
You know what happens. Everybody chatting so far to saying. Melissa so far to say. Okay, I want to hear from Gerry first, and then we'll go to Candice. So, Gerry, what are you thinking?
Okay, I was not a huge Melissa Egan fan when she was on All My Children. As Annie, and when they paired her up with Adam, I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Okay, but she came to the show. I thought she took over really well, and what I really liked about this, is usually on daytime, one of the differences we're seeing, and also with Robert on General Hospital, is we're seeing a different side of mental illness. Usually mental illness is portrayed by crazy villain to go attack people. We saw a more realistic approach to depression here. And with the voices in the head and that scene on the roof was just, God, it was just. Oh my God! I think Walker, you said it chilled you. Chilled me too when she was on the roof there, and I think that I believe that the Academy's going to go for this because was it one of the storylines that got Heather? I think the storyline that got Heather Tom the award was her depression storyline. Remember when she was in the room and she saw the rain against the windows, even though it was a sunny day outside. We saw from the outside, rain against the roof. They liked that depression storyline, and she actually beat out her Susan Flannery's goodbye storyline of I'm dying. I think the Academy is going to respond to a realistic depression storyline, and also now walking somebody through recovery is really important. And I think the importance of the storyline and how well Melissa Claire Egan pulled it off is going to work in her favor. I think it's going to give her the award.
Candice.
Okay, so this category is actually a solid. I agree with everybody. There's a solid. As far as for days, like I said, usually they have Ari Zucker, who plays Nicole, in lead actress. So I was kind of surprised that there was no Days of Our Lives representation in this category. However, with that being said, the 5 actresses on here, good pick, because with Sharon Case, and I think this was the scene, is when she felt something was wrong with Ray, and Nick came in and told her that Ray had died. Those two scenes, again, you got to remember, it's only 2 scenes. Sometimes it's 1 scene, it's 2 episodes. So in that particular performance, I felt that. And it was unfortunate that we didn't get to see her grieving on the show.
She was acting like that was Nicholas who died. This is a man she was with for 5 minutes, and they still got her grieving over this man for over 5 minutes. Why? And not you, but this is why.
Yeah, I know. Jackie.
Don't make no damn sense.
Let me just say this. I at first, before this storyline even happened, I thought Catherine Kelly Lang would probably be in this. I
feel like I would take Sharon Case out and put Catherine Kelly Lang in.
Yeah, but I don't think she submitted. Because we now know Kimberly Brown did, but with Jackie, when she realized Finn died, and when she saw how big Kelly was, and the fact when she came to Sheila, ladies and gentlemen, this is acting. A couple of years before, I've always questioned, her wins and stuff like that. But this one, I was like, girl, get it.
Oh, me too. That's what I said. The past, one. No, this year.
Yeah, and I understood. Yeah, she actually has a solid reel. Melissa Claire freaking Egan, my Annie from All My Children that stabbed Erica Kane, and I loved it. I was debating where they were going to place her at. I'm not gonna lie, I really did.
Yeah.
That scene that Walker was talking about. First and foremost, the cinematography of Young and the Rust, because I really thought I was outside. And that scene where she's just like zoned out. That scared me. And that means that was good acting on her part for us to feel as if we were there with her and she's really jumping. And yeah, when she said that, say goodbye, I was like, okay. I felt that. For Nola, okay. I'm sorry, General Hospital fans, don't take it any personally. I'm glad that the trio didn't get it. I'm sorry. I love Laura Wright. I love Cynthia Watros. I love Mara West. But that's the go-tos for General Hospital when it comes down to the Emmys. And I thought for sure, because last year, the majority of the story was between Carly and Nina. But people forgot about what Finola did the early part of the year. And that's fine. And I know everybody wasn't a big fan of the character. I'm not going to say his name because, well, you guys can say it because James just rolls his eyes and I'm not going to say it. But that was material. And the stuff with Finn, when Finn dumped her, and then she had stuff with, of course, with James Patrick Stewart. Finola, don't sleep on Finola, folks. Yeah. And then you have Michelle Stafford. Say what you want, the girl still comes through.
She does.
It is what it is. This is a tight category. This is the category that's going to be either yay or, oh my, like, let me grab a drink.
I think so too. It's going to be one or the other. I think it's going to be either a big surprise or the one we all think it's going to be. I think it's one of the two.
And like you said too, Michelle has won. Finola has won. Jackie has won. Sharon Case. I mean, it's been 19 years in the making for her to get this nomination. The streak is over. Sharon Case got a nomination.
Yeah, but she's won.
But you gotta look at the person who's had 8 nominations, who had a strong performance, like acting wise. And yeah, it was between Jackie and Missy, but I'm gonna say this: I think Missy is gonna get it.
We can vote now. I think it's going to be Missy also. I think it's going to be Missy.
Yeah. The only thing working against her. The only thing working against Melissa Claire Egan is Young and the Restless having 3 actresses in the category. Are they going to possibly split the vote?
Exactly.
I mean, if General Hospital can have 4 and it's supporting, and people still pick, people from that show to win. So
yeah, which I know it's like, but this is a problem.
I think it's going to be Melissa or Jackie probably.
Yeah.
Jackie's well liked also in the business. She's well liked.
And I will say they don't get this much credit, but I have to say credit to Josh Griffith and Young and the Restless for even doing that storyline, because that is not, someone aren't taking risks of telling a storyline of someone committing suicide. Like, that is not something that
they went there with that. They went there with
so much so that they had, the PSAs after they had the warning on before the episode. Like, they took risks that have not been taken in this genre in such a long time, and they did it with care that I think that they deserve credit, because that show doesn't really get credit for anything most days. But bravo to everyone over there that even did it.
I know that the soaps normally don't do it because they know that the whole Werther effect, as they call it, that the suggestibility of suicide. I'm trying to think the last time a major character attempting suicide might have been Blair on One Life to Live back about 20 plus years ago.
JJ.
Who?
JJ on Days.
JJ on Days.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
He got dressed up in his outfit. They did that.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, and usually if they ever do suicide, it's usually like a supporting character, like on As the World Turns, where Angel's sexually abusive father killed himself. But yeah, it was. But this one was like, more than anything else, this one was just so, like, almost like JJ's. It was so painfully real. It was almost painful to watch.
I agree.
Yeah.
So okay, I guess it will still come back, I'm sure. I can almost assume, are we all picking Melissa Claire Egan, or are we picking somebody else? I'm not picking her.
Yep.
Walker.
So I think we just give it to the award tour now. We just skip the Emmy Awards. We just give it to the award tour now.
But the sad thing is, I don't think she's going to be there.
Oh, because she's pregnant. She's pregnant.
Yeah, like she's probably at the point where she will have just given birth or is about to give birth.
Yeah. Well, the same could be said for Jackie, because I don't know how far along she is.
Jackie's not that far.
Okay.
Okay. The last award of the evening.
I mean, it's not my business to tell how far, but she's not where Melissa is. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
I don't want people going back saying I'm telling her business. No.
Because I was worried about it. Because usually Jackie, one thing I love about Jackie is she can hide her pregnancy. She dresses to the point where it's like the reveal, and it's like, oh, homegirl, oh, you're about to drop. But I just hope she puts out another Britney Spears video type. Like, I love those when she. She's not that. She's not there.
Okay,
yet.
So Walker, how far apart are the contractions?
So Kayla says JMW had Sheila shooting Steffi and Finn, her memory loss, and when she realized Finn died and she forgot him, and the reunion was powerful. Yeah. So they're saying so MCE, but JMW. I mean, I think it could go. I think it could go either way. I think it comes down to those two also. Jackie is pregnant every year. Well, 4 times.
I mean, I feel like for me to be rooting against her, it's like for people who don't like this. It's a lot for me. So like Melissa blew me away that much that I'm like, no, I want Melissa to get it, not Jackie. That's Really?
Yeah, every year I'm always like, Jack McKenna. So I just didn't get it. I was always thinking I know Walker, so I just didn't get it. But this one I did now I get it. But she had a solid year. I mean, Jackie had a solid year.
And also, have y'all seen her husband? Like, shit, I'll be pregnant too every year.
I'll be having babies every year too.
Yeah, he said they want to have some more kids. So yeah, hey,
whatever you want, you got. All right, let's go on to the lead. This is the drama series out of people's personal lives. Onto drama series. The nominees are everything except for Beyond Salem 2, because they put actually the Bay in here also. So the Bay is also in it. So the Bay.
Yeah, what if the Bay won?
That was shock. That would shock the industry.
That would shock the core of everybody.
That would. That was shock. Oh my God!
Because they, even though they had some good, I will say that because I watch it, they had some good material as well. But yeah, if
part of the group though, they're not considered part of the inner circle. The inner circle is
right.
Beyond Salem got lucky last year with a couple of little nominations too, but that's a day's spinoff. This is a show outside of all that.
But it's a show outside that has a lot of people who are still working.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, Walker. I thought about that. Like, ooh.
I think that I'm not saying that there's shenanigans going on, but I just don't imagine that the network's allowing something like that to happen.
They signed off on it. That's what happened. Was a couple of years ago.
I don't see the networks.
Yeah.
I mean, ABC.
I know.
I don't see them allowing somebody who does something so much cheaper than them come in and win a motherfucking Emmy.
And see, this would be a good. If Days won, this would be a feather in their cap, because they're like, we were dropped by NBC and went on to streaming, and apparently it's doing very well over there actually. So for streaming stuff, so that'd be like a great fuck you to NBC if they got it.
But the material that they probably submit for was still on NBC.
So, yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that the Bay's on it, because it's kind of like, is the industry accepting the fact that soap opera is expanding? Okay,
girl, why they gotta be that show?
Well,
he's like
I really, honestly, God, I still love James, partly because of you, but even before you, I love Studio C because of the way it was filmed, the way it looked. I mean, I would seriously, I would love Carolyn Hennessy doing her Gloria Monty thing for being best supporting actress. I think one of the funniest lines on that show was when she told her nephew, "You're going to have to come back and wax my ass for this." Yes. I thought that it was funny. It was interesting. I think that Sean Kane is brilliant in it. And I like the fact that maybe putting the Bay in this category, I think, partly I think maybe the Emmys realized we got to open this category up a little bit, or else it's going to get boring. And I want to see more things. Like I want to see Venice. I want to see
all of them. Yeah.
Anacostia for sure.
I'm saying, but they're all not eligible. For some reason, they're not eligible. So I don't understand
But see, that's the thing, because a couple of years ago, and I remember this, they had Ken Corday, Brad, who was Mal Young, and Frank Valentini all sign off on having like the digitals come into the main Emmy Awards. I have a problem with the simple fact that, okay, I'm glad that the Bay got some nods and everything like that, but also if you're going to open it up, and this is for Beyond Salem too, because I had a big problem with this last year, submit for acting categories as well. You can actually do that. That's fine. Not everybody.
Didn't they? They didn't have the answer.
For Beyond Salem last year. I mean, for the first year. For the Bay.
Maybe they did. Oh, they don't got no goddamn money. Y'all realize that, I mean, I'm not telling you, y'all, I'm telling people at home. You got to pay for these nominations.
You got to pay for the real,
They ain't got no damn $500 to be submitting.
Oh, yeah, folks, you got to pay for it.
Yeah. I was going to say $150.
Most award shows, you got to pay for the nominations. You got to pay for submitting. So you guys didn't know that at home, that's what they do. So
and their own ticket.
And you pay your own ticket.
They ain't got no money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't understand how, if they can, and Studio City can't because Studio City's on Amazon Prime. I don't understand what the difference is. It's on there, and it's. I mean, I guess I'm biased, but I think it's a great show. I love it. I stand by it 1,000%. So I don't know why. And they have a lot of actors on this show. So
Yeah.
I don't.
I think I really find Studio City just a really powerful show, and of course it should be up there for lighting as well, because I love the lighting on that show, being dark and gritty.
Well, Patricia Darbo should have got something for her performance in episode 6. I mean, we saw a different side of her we just never seen before on any of the roles she'd done. And the writing was good, the acting was solid, the direction was solid, the cinematography was solid, and it won awards and other stuff. But for some reason, when it comes to Emmys, we can't submit. So
They should just let the digital category to itself.
And there's that too. I agree.
They should just let them have their own category and own actor actresses.
I agree. But other award shows, they're finally adding things like for audio fiction, which we do, me and Candice do. We want to have my award too. And they're finally
not that I just had it here, just stayed right here.
Mine's on the mantle.
Like,
can I see it again, Candice? Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, I have one of those too.
Can you wear it as a necklace?
I want to do that at the Emmys. I'm gonna do the Flavor Flav.
I was hoping I was gonna win this year again. So I got 2 of them with earrings. But it didn't happen. I
think it'd be beautiful.
But so they do that. Anyway, we got pick lead. We got pick drama series. So Gerry, what are you picking?
I'm picking Bold and Beautiful. I know, which is strange for me because last couple of years I've been such a diehard General Hospital fan, but I think this year Bold and Beautiful, and it hasn't worked for many years, right?
Hasn't been a while now.
No, the last was like 2008.
Was that the horrible year when it was on CW and they cut them off as they were all walking to the stage?
Don't get me started about that year, please. Don't.
Okay.
Candice, who you picking?
This is going to be between one of the Bell shows if they submit the Chelsea stuff in the early part of last year, but Bold and Beautiful.
Walker?
I'm going Y&R. Basically, I base it off of me personally, like what did I watch? What was my number one go-to of last year? And Y&R had me so hooked at one point that I was watching the Canadian day before version because I could not wait to see what was happening next. So to me, that's a sign of a good story. So Young and the Restless.
I'm gonna pick
in Canada. Walker in Canada, they pronounce it the Young and the Restless.
Young and the Restless.
I say Young and Restless, but sometimes I'll be like Y&R, and they're like, just say the same. I was like, no, I grew up with Y&R.
Y&R. Yes. And folks, that's it, kids. We did it.
What was your choice, James?
We did. I picked Bold and Beautiful. That was 2 hours, kids. We did 2 hours of this show. Up to 65 people are watching us live. We appreciate you guys coming back every year. You guys were all totally every year. You've been asking for it. You guys, as soon as you get the nominations, you're like, James, are you doing it? And we are here. We appreciate you. We do. And I appreciate my three co-hosts who are from other time zones, a little ahead of me. So thanks for staying up and doing this. And we appreciate you. We will be back. And after mid-June, after the Emmys. And
we're tired.
We're gonna have to figure that one out because I think we might all be, not Gerry, but we'll be out here, so we'll have
That's so funny.
Figure out.
Maybe
I'll be tired because it's 3 hours ahead here, so it's like it'll be like by the time it finishes, it'll be like midnight here. But I'll just drink some coffee.
But don't we do it like the Saturday, the day after?
Yeah, we do the day after.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Like around in the afternoon or something.
Yeah, the afternoon. Yeah.
I probably can you do it later? Because my flight, would be back.
We'll work it out. But folks, we would actually see who wins. The mug wins this whole thing here. Thank you, Gerry Waggett. Thank you, Ragsdale. Thank you, Candice Mack. And thank you, James Lott Jr. We love you guys so much. Thanks for watching us, and we will see you soon. Congratulations to all the nominees. Behind the camera, in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
All the other nominees too.
Even the ones that didn't deserve it.
That's you, kid.